This guy named Frank Sharp uploaded this video entitled "Classroom Evacuated Because Student is Wearing MAGA Hat." You guys know what I think about politics. Doesn't matter if it's so-called left politics or right politics. Government and the political charade is really nothing more than the clever art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering in order to deceive average people into accepting and even demanding their own enslavement. At the same time, it's easy for anybody with eyes to see that the leftist brand of statism is noticeably more detached from reason and logic and opts to foster the snowflake, everything offends me to the point of emotional paralysis, idiocracy. In Sharp's video, you can see the inability of a teacher to cope with a student wearing a Make America Great Again hat, to the point where this supposed instructor of youth projects his fear-based intolerance onto the entire classroom that is all too willing to entertain his irrational position.
Right, we are. That it is a target against you, and particularly that hat. And in a way, maybe that's why rules exist, so that when things are...
So you're admitting to discriminating against a certain group of... No. You just said you're discriminating against a certain group of people.
Please don't cut me off. We do have rules which we push back against all the time, and we bend. And that's part of the nature of a high school. We have to constantly bend rules, all right? And part of that is the nature of who's here and why they're here. And the fact that, like, nothing is so steadfast that we have to be completely to the letter of it. Because it's a sort of a proving ground of seeing what works and what doesn't work and getting ready for the next steps in life, of which there are just moments in adult normal life where, like, if you do it, if you don't do it, if you're not on the page, if you're not following, like, the decorum of the place, you're fired, or you're not admitted.
I don't get what that has to do with
expressing what I'm saying is my point is about the nature of rules. And so in this particular case, the very clearly written rule, there are no hats to be worn in school, can easily be applied to ask you to stop provoking people.
I wasn't provoking people. People are coming in and calling me.
I don't think any of us have to wonder if this conversation would be taking place if the kid was wearing an I'm with her hat or a Feel the Burn hat. Heck, I very much doubt if anything would be said if he was wearing a matching hat and shirt that displayed the communist hammer and sickle. The point this so-called instructor is trying to make is that there's a rule in this school against hats, and we bend those rules all the time. But in this instance, we're going to stick by the rules because we have a whole classroom full of kids who've chosen to be highly offended at your red hat with white lettering. It's amazing how Make America Great Again has become this trigger mechanism that sets off the most bizarre behavior in the mentally unstable people in our society. It's truly fascinating to watch.
By the presence
they're provoked by a hat.
Yes. But there's also
like
me
a
just talking to
5-year-old being
you
scared of
personally
the dark.
one-on-one to know that you receive...
If you're scared of a hat, it's no different than being scared of the dark in the
provocative.
basement like as a 5-year-old.
You'll see in a second that the majority, if not all the kids in the class, except the MAGA hat kid, are very much behind what the teacher's saying. And the kid's point is well taken. If you're going to choose to be offended and unsettled about the presence of a hat with a slogan tied to Trump, and whether you like it or not, offense is a choice made by individuals. That's about as rational as a child being scared of the dark.
Provocative behavior.
I'm not being
has its
provocative.
intended
You
response.
just admitted that you are all targeting me because of my political views. How am I the one being...
Your hat, not your beliefs.
Hat.
Your hat, not your beliefs? I don't believe what the teacher's saying here. The MAGA slogan is worn by people who support Trump. Their support is based on their belief that Trump is doing just that, making America great again. But if we just took the teacher for what he says, that it's just about that hat and not about the kid's beliefs, then that's even more irrational. What he's saying and what he's about to do is simply a matter of a kid wearing a red hat with white lettering. If that's true, this is really, really insane.
Yeah.
My hat. What if I find the color, pink offensive?
The color pink
Well,
isn't racist.
there's no rule about that.
What color is is it?
This is 100% about rules, Mika.
What
All
where
right,
did racism come
punch to
from?
do in the text.
I think the whole point is you're not.
Mika, you just need to be a bit cool.
I'm really cool right
Take
now.
your hat off. Or get out.
Basically, you're not welcome here if you continue to wear that hat. This teacher is in the process of trying to manipulate and shame this kid in front of his fellow classmates.
What if I find it to be like a religious symbol? Well, there's no fine print that defines something as a religious symbol.
Talk to like your
I could have a pasta strainer as a religious symbol.
The length of this conversation.
That's an actual church. People wear pasta strainers on their head. That's a church.
This isn't what we're talking about. It's taken too much time. So you need to make a choice.
Actually, the choice that needs to be made is the teacher needs to set an example and make the choice not to be so easily triggered over what amounts to be nothing.
All right?
Well, I'm willing to participate and keep going with class. I don't understand what a hat has to do with it. If a
You need
hat
to
is
bring it
getting
up
in the
with
way,
somebody who can help you.
if a hat is getting in the way of nearly like 30 young adults, like if a
You're
hat
putting me
bothers
in a
you,
position where I'm either going to gather everybody up and go to another classroom and you can remain here like an asshole, or you can take your hat off, or you can go talk to an AP about it. Now, what do you want to do?
What the teacher just did here is lay down an example for these kids that it's virtuous to let the smallest things in life get under your skin. And when things do get under your skin and offend you, just act like a fragile snowflake by issuing an ultimatum to the person who you let offend you. If the person doesn't cooperate, remove yourself from that situation. If you choose to live your life that way, life is not going to be very kind to you. And if they continue traveling down the path this teacher is leading them down, they're going to have a long, hard road.
I can't sit here and learn.
Not with that hat on.
Don't we have a freedom to expression and a freedom to education?
I don't care. You do not. You're not.
I do not. So you're denying my rights.
Choose.
I'm choosing to sit here and learn.
Okay. We're going to go elsewhere then. Learn. You may remain here.
Here we go. The whole class is leaving because I'm wearing...
Well, there you have it. Another example of the mental disorder called leftism. When things get to be too much for you, just tuck tail and run. Guys, leave your thoughts about this for the world and the Google Thought Police in the comments section below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Guys, thanks for watching. I create at least one new video every day. If you get something out of this content and you want to be alerted when I upload new material, subscribe to High Impact Vlogs, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Because the specter of censorship and termination looms over channels like mine, be sure to subscribe to my free private email list through my website, highimpactflix.com. And if you think it's worth helping the cause of truth here on this channel, you can support my work on Patreon or PayPal, or you can grab a hard-hitting shirt from the most politically incorrect shirt store on the planet. There are over 100 kick-ass designs, and I'm adding new ones every week. All these links are in the description and in the pinned comment. Remember, don't just believe anything and keep questioning everything. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored video.